All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, the honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wak Wathium, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. This is going to be another real quick video through the Spirit. And this one, I was listening to the elders out of Connecticut dealing with, this is going to be a real quick one, because you got a lot of motherfuckers saying that the Native Americans and Latinos aren't Israelites. But here it is, something that is synonymous and basically the epitome of Egypt, all right, the country in Africa, where it's biblical fact that the Israelites served slavery in Egypt, all right, and were responsible for building it and getting it to its mass power that it once famously was. And one of those things there is the pyramids, all right, of Egypt. And what else do you see here in the Americas? All right, you see pyramids as well. All right, this is you go to Google, you type in, are the pyramids in America similar to Egypt? It says, despite the towering reputation of Egypt's great pyramids at Giza, says the Americas actually contain more pyramid structures than the rest of the planet combined. Civilizations like the Olmec, Maya, Aztec, and Inca all built pyramids to house their deities as well as to bury their kings. All right, so not only it tells you that there's more in there. There's more here. There's more pyramids in the Americas than there is in Egypt. All right, why? Because the same slaves that built the pyramids of Egypt separated as the Northern Kingdom. All right, today they would be known as Native Americans and Latinos / Hispanics, but biblically they are who? We'll go down the list. I go off my head. All right. Well, Ephraim, Issachar, Zebulon, Manasseh, Asher. All right, that's 5. Let me, the 10 tribes that were separated. All right, Gad, Reuben. Who else? I know I'm missing a couple. But the so-called Latin American and Native American tribes. Those are the reason why there are pyramids here in the Americas, and that they are more abundant. They had more time here. They had several thousand, not several thousand, but they were here for about a couple thousand years alone. Just doing whatever they wanted. And one of the things that they did was build pyramids because they still had the knowledge from when they built them back in slavery. All right, who did I miss? Was it Simeon? What did I say? Gad, Reuben, Simeon. I think I was just missing what I said. Asher, Naphtali, and Simeon. Yep. So, and I'd already said Gad and Reuben. All right. So the reason why there are pyramids here in the Americas is because the Israelites that built it here were the very same Israelites that built them in Egypt. All right. So it goes to show you that those are our people, and it tells you just right off of Google that there's more pyramids here in America than there are in any other continent. All right, so let me get a scripture real quick. We're going to go to Exodus chapter 1. All right, the very first chapter. We're going to go to Exodus 1 and 9. It says, I'll start at 8 actually. It says, now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. So there was a new Egyptian king that rose up over the Israelites. It says, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters, to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. All right. So this lets you know that the Israelites, while they were in Egypt, were there building, and they were there for over 400 years. It says built treasure cities, and those weren't the only 2 cities that they built, all right? They put together many things, most notably them pyramids, which is the reason why there are pyramids here, all right? This is something you can, remember for a scoffer, just have it in the back of your mind, to stump them. They're going to stare at you blank face. Then what they're probably going to do, Esau likes to throw around these different dates, a bunch of BS. But, hey, we know the facts, all right? Hey, and as a matter of fact, I remember as a kid, before I even knew anything about the Israelites, I remember watching the History Channel, And if I could find the clip, I would pull it up and I would use it. But the pyramids, many of the pyramids in the Americas, because the pyramids in Egypt, the tips of them are aiming specifically at certain constellations in the sky, the stars. The very same pyramids in the Americas are aiming at the exact, some of those pyramids in the Americas are aiming at those exact same constellations. Why? Because the same group of people built them, all right? And they knew, they had the blueprint, the mathematics. They understood fully how to do it. And it just so happens to be what tribes are known for having a good understanding of the constellations. Let's see. We're going to go to 1 Chronicle 12 and 32. Just a real quick little cut. 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. It says, and of the children of Issachar, which is one of the northern kingdoms. Issachar is known as the Mexicans today, all right, who many of you wicked niggas don't want to believe. It says, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. All right, it tells you they had understanding of the times through what? The constellations. All right, and in the book of Job, he was giving off a list of some of the stars in the sky. All right. And when you look at Native American culture, what's one of the things that it's heavily based around? All right, the constellations. All right, they would literally have certain rituals based on the sightings of certain so-called stars, you know, which could have been chariots, you know. So it just all lines up perfectly, and you scoffers and you naysayers can't handle it and you can't believe it. But that's on you. You know, you want to remain a wicked asshole, you know, go right ahead, be my guest. All right, as a matter of fact, I just looked on Google. I wanted to check real quick. It says, someone had put up, let's say the pyramids, basically from what it says, the pyramids of Egypt and the Mayan pyramids appear to line up with the Orion constellation, or Orion's belt, or Orion, however you want to pronounce it. All right, you can read about Orion or Orion in the scriptures. All right, it's a constellation. It's a collection of stars. Let me go to Amos 5 and 8. It says, seek him that maketh the 7 stars and Orion, or Orion, and turneth the shadow of death into morning, and maketh the day dark with night, that calleth for the water of the sea, and that poureth them out of the face of the earth. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is his name. All right, so this is just more further proof, you know. Hey, the so-called Native Americans, Latinos are our people, and the many different Israelites scattered abroad. That's why you go to different places on the planet and you'll see, you know, certain little villages or certain little people somewhere doing things that the Israelites did, keeping certain customs. All right, so I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakorash, the honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk them, learning, teaching, in truth and sincerity. I'm gonna say shalom.